Welcome to Unbiased and on the Fence. I'm Shane. Thank you guys so much for joining. Here, I'm waiting for my name to go away. There we go. What is up, Eileen?
A lot and nothing and everything. I don't know. I'm staying positive in the chaos. You know, seriously. I loved your chat with Lauren.
Yeah,
very positive, very positive. And you know, I have to admit, okay, you guys know me by now, that I can't resist a little bit of rabbit hole digging. You know, you're better than me. You like look the other way. You're like, nah, I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole because I know it has no end, and that half the stuff in there isn't going to be true anyway, right? And I'm just following that carrot, going, oh, I'm just going to have a peek. I'm just going to have a little. I'm going to have a little look.
So, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked me. First of all, I think our community is up to this. I think we've gotten to the point where we can see enough truth that nothing is going to scare us now, seriously. And we can face anything. You know, I mean, especially if it's truth, if there's something to back it up, we're not going to run away and go, no, don't show me that. I can't handle it. We're like strong. And the only way you can correct something or transmute it is if you see it. If you don't see it, how can you fix it and pray about it and meditate on it, right?
Right.
You got to see it.
Yeah.
So I got a few facts.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want to turn people off. Maybe the people who are sensitive and don't want to hear this stuff won't come in till later. So we'll be fine. Because usually like April's in the room early and Kate and Rita and a few people who are like, you know, tough as old boots, but spiritual. So anyway, for some reason, 90% of it is concentrated in Wuhan, in one city. And you're like, that's a heck of a high concentration. And I found out that even though 50% females get it and 50% males, 36% of the women die from it. And 63% or 64% of the men die from it. And I'm thinking, I've been to China, okay, and I'm thinking, well, why would that be? And then I thought, well, maybe men smoke more cigarettes than women do in China, and maybe that weakens their lungs, and it is a respiratory thing, right?
All right.
So I'm like, because it really is targeting males, not in contagion, but in deaths. And then I looked at the numbers of the people affected. And again, this is in China because that's where 90% of the cases are. They haven't really collated all of the numbers of ages outside of China. And if you're from birth to 9 years old, you have like a 0.6% chance of catching it, even if your parents have it. It's like they're, you know, and if you're over 9 years old, it gradually goes up with age, like 8%, 12%, 15%. And then it peaks at 50 to 60-year-olds. 22% of those 101,000 people who have this virus in the world are between the ages of 50 and 60. And 19%, almost 20%, are between 60 and 70. So the virus is killing a lot more men, double the men than women. And it really is targeting the age 50 to 60 and 60 to 70. And then it goes down to 8%. If you're over 70, you're like that much stronger that you don't get it. Mm-hmm. And then if you're over 80, it drops down even lower, 3%. And I'm like, okay, I'm not an epidemiologist or a virology person or whatever you call them. But I would think as people got older, they would get more susceptible to it, have a harder time fighting it. And that's not true with the coronavirus.
That's wild. That's wild that it peaks out in around 60 then? 60
well,
to 70
it's
range?
50 to 60 is the largest group who catch it, 22%.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was at 50 to 60, 60 to 70 drops down to 20%. So you can throw those two together and say the virus is targeting people, at least in China, where 90% of it is anyway, in one city, from, or one province, if it's a province, from 50 to 70. So
now the statistic I heard, I think it was on NPR. They had somebody on there, and it was like for those who actually get it, like 8 out of 10 people, or 80% of the people that get it won't. It won't be anything more than a regular cold or
sniffle,
something. Yeah, some of them might not even realize they have it.
which is like true of most things, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure we've had a heck of a lot more flu than we even know, because most of us go to bed,
All right.
drink some orange juice, have an aspirin, and get up and go to work the next day or stay home.
Right.
Most of us don't go into hospitals with mild cases of anything.
But I guess that's still a high number. 20% of people that get it die or have
Well,
serious
I find it
complications of
weird that more men are dying than women, but maybe more men smoke in China, because in Asia, it's like they just chain smoke. I don't know if you've seen photos and videos, but they're committed smokers. I was lucky enough to be there in China, Taiwan, Japan, Singapore. They are committed smokers. Like, to get a smoke-free environment back in the 80s, 90s, it was impossible. Impossible, because they all smoke. It's like it's a cultural thing. So that might have something to do with it. And then I was looking at the numbers, and I was shocked, because I always figure flu is flu, and we know it targets the elderly because they're a little weaker, and it targets sick people because they're weaker, right? But the CDC is putting out information, like yesterday when I pulled up the facts. I just went to look and see, well, what's really going on. 45 million people in just America have the flu, but 277 have coronavirus. So can you compare 45 million to 277?
Right.
That's crazy in comparison.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the beginning. The numbers are just so small that at this point it's like I'm surprised it's like headline news. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, and death is death. None of us want death. If death affects you, it's a big deal. It doesn't matter how many people are dying or not dying. But
Absolutely.
the CDC is saying 46,000 people. 46,000. That's a small town. That's the size of my town that I live closest to, will die from flu this season in America only.
Yeah.
And 15 people have died so far. That's, not good, of the 277.
Yeah.
And so America released $8.3 billion to fight it, but it released nothing to fight the flu, which is going to kill 46,000. But for the 15 deaths, it released 8 billion. So I'm like, these numbers just don't add up to me. And then I checked the United Nations, they released 15 million. So look at 15 million from the United Nations, which is the whole world, guys. They released $15 million to the developing countries to fight it. We released 8.3 billion or 8.2 billion. It's just over 8. Let's call it 8. We released 8 billion to fight it in the United States. I mean, I don't know. All these numbers are like messing with my head because they're so skewed. They're just so weird.
Is it something like where the flu is already written into the budget though, and then this other money was in addition to that, or something? Maybe
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably, but it's shooting a mouse with an elephant gun. But maybe there's a good reason to, because people are afraid, that it's going to go kaboom, right?
Right.
But then, we expected that with SARS virus and H1N1 and the swine flu and all that. It also originated from bats. They've been working on it. This is coronavirus 19. They've been working on it for years. They've owned the patent to it. They closed a bio warfare lab because of things were getting out. Nobody knows if that's where they were working on coronavirus or not. There's nothing to tie it to that, but it was actually closed, I think, in the late part of 2019 for lack of security of containment of the biological weapons.
Wow.
The virus targets the bloodlines, this is so wacky, of Italians and Iranians because genetically they are the closest related.
Wow.
Why it's in China, I don't know. But if you look up coronavirus patent, a company in China co-owns it with a company in Texas.
That is
So
wild.
I know this is really a fascinating rabbit hole to go down, guys. If you got to really spend a lot of time digging for facts and information.
Right.
But, okay, so in China, the death rate, and Iran and Italy, the death rate from corona is just around 3% or higher. And in the rest of the world, it's 1% to 2%, which is just like flu. So why the Chinese, the Iranians, and the Italians would die from it 3 times as much? Like, okay, put on your tinfoil hat. Is this a genetically modified virus?
I saw a show like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which one it was. It was just an episode of a show, like one of those.
Was it on YouTube or like on
It
mainstream?
probably would have been on Netflix if I saw it.
Well, yeah, Pandemic came out just in time for the pandemic.
Right. It
That was
always
like,
works out that way, doesn't it?
always works out that way. I have to drop a few channels. I can't say I do like. I think his name's Ryan, the last American vagabond. He's very concerned about what's going on in the world, but he seems really solid. I haven't really followed him closely, but I have followed him on and off for like 3 years. He's got about 65,000 followers, and he's very mature about his approach, kind of like Corbett Report, very mature, and takes a more scientific look by pulling up studies instead of just talking like I'm just talking now. I'm not flashing studies on the screen or anything. He goes a little more in depth, and he's the one who found out from the Global Research Institute, which I know about them. They do a lot of good work on a lot of different topics. They're legit. That, okay, put your tinfoil hat on, guys. Make me one with bunny ears. That the coronavirus symptoms match the 5G symptoms. And I'm like, what? So now Facebook is taking down all videos that link 5G to coronavirus. So then I'm thinking, well, now it's got to be legitimate. If Facebook's taking them down, I really got to look into it now, right? If they just left them up, I'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Right. So I looked it up, and he's got some good videos on it as well. Last American Vagabond on YouTube. And the coronavirus symptoms
Get it while it lasts. Right.
The symptoms are a headache and dizziness. People fall down. They just walk down the street and they fall down. I'm not laughing. And lack of oxygen in the body, lack of oxygen in the lungs, and a dry cough. No phlegm, no pneumonia, no sinus drip, no fever, no body aches, no pains, no chills. This is totally flu-like and totally non-cold, head cold-like, which is always wet.
Yeah.
So the Global Research Institute looked up, they've known the symptoms of 5G, which are not highly publicized, in animals anyway, because they haven't been tested on humans. 5G has not been tested on humans, which he shows in a congressional discussion of why didn't somebody do some tests on 5G on people first, which I wouldn't volunteer. I don't know where they get volunteers for that. And the symptoms for 5G in animals is respiratory, dry cough. I don't know about the headaches, but the dizziness, and they fall over. It has something to do with interfering with their ability to process oxygen. So now people are seriously looking at Huan rolled out 5G in October throughout the whole area. Iran rolled out 5G. Italy rolled out 5G. So if those are the 3 concentrations of the coronavirus, is it a 5G sickness that looks like a virus because people are coughing, can't breathe, and fall down? They get dizzy and fall down. No fever, no runny nose, no strep throat, no aches in the body, no chills, no pain.
Interesting. I hadn't heard that one before. That's interesting.
Last American Vagabond. I mean, there is one guy showing when Huan got 5G, but he's like posting something from InfoWars. And I think we've had enough InfoWars to last a lifetime, right? So every time I see InfoWars come up, I'm like, I don't even want to watch that. I don't know why. It just puts me off because of that guy. What's his name? Alex?
Right. Yeah,
Who
Alex.
he's retired now. He's gone.
Yeah, I thought he was gone. I didn't even know he was.
He's gone, but apparently there's people still there producing, and they did a video that circulated globally on Huan. Is that how you say it? Huan, rolling out 5G, and then the ties to Italy and Iran.
Hmm.
And when the coronavirus started to strike people was after 5G became fully functional.
Hmm.
So is there anywhere in America that we have 5G in operation, working wonderfully?
I thought we did. I know we have it on our. Uh, well, I just got a new router recently, but I know the one before that had 5G on it. So I thought it's not LTE 5G.
No. No, LTE
Oh.
is 4G, which is totally different than 3G. Probably
Okay.
2G and 1G too. But the guy who put in my router with 5G said it's there, but it's not active yet. You have to get 5G up and running in your town. Do you have 5G in your town yet?
I just know that there was two different signals the last one sent, and there was one that was a shorter. It said it wouldn't have the range that the 4G has, but it would have the speed of 5G. So it had two different logins, and it would show up as two different things in the Wi-Fi connection.
Well, if you put all the facts together, which could be totally wrong to do, you could have a genetically modified virus that somehow gets activated by electromagnetic waves in the 5G or radiation waves that targets certain chromosomes, people who carry certain chromosomes, which right now seems to be Chinese, Iranian, and Italian.
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
It's all very sci-fi. It's all very hush hush. It's all this is a mystery virus, this Corona 19. It's mutated 150 times.
Hmm.
It's like, it's just weird. It's just everybody I know thinks it's very strange. It's not the same as swine flu. It's not the same as regular flu.
Right. It's not even considered a flu, is it?
No, it's not even considered a flu.
Right.
But I did hear that it originally came from bats, and now they think it's coming from snakes. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Pigs, chickens, bats, snakes, monkeys, right? Wasn't that AIDS was from monkeys? Green Reese's monkeys in Africa? I don't know.
Doesn't really matter in the end of the day, really.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But it is good if there's something really peculiar about a new illness in the world. And if it does actually have a lot of coincidences with 5G, that's something good to know. Because it could affect where your child goes to school if it's next to a 5G tower, where you move, where you buy your house. Just being aware of certain things like that can make life a little healthier, a little safer if you know connections.
Right.
Like fluoride. I know fluoride attacks the thyroid. So I use unfluoridated toothpaste, and I use a reverse osmosis water filter, which takes the fluoride out. Because I have
helps with the
hypothyroidism.
pineal gland as well. Yeah.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, that it makes it crusty or calcified. I actually grew little calcium nodules on my thyroid, and my daughter has it, my sister has it, my mom had it, I have it. It's totally a female thing in my family, so we might be genetically predisposed to it.
Are you all in the same area, like the same drinking water and everything?
All different countries and all different areas.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of but we did grow up in the Goiter Belt around Chicago, which didn't have a lot of iodine, but they iodized the salt. But right at the time when, the American government said, don't salt anything, it'll kill you. So we didn't use a lot of salt in our family. We didn't even have it out on the table.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is it something that you need surgery for, or you just deal with it, or?
Yeah, I just take some thyroid, and I'm going to switch to the more natural one that's still prescribed. My daughter takes thyroid. It makes a big difference. It keeps our necks from swelling, because otherwise they swell. It keeps our hair from falling out. And without it, we feel really super duper tired. Not just like I've noticed that I've been more tired. Um, I don't know. Everybody keeps blaming it on the waves of energy that we're going through, but I've noticed a difference between like this year and last year. And I
Right.
know, yeah, but maybe it's age, maybe it's just me.
Maybe the waves are heavier.
I don't know, but then everybody in the community goes, "Yeah, me too. I'm feeling really tired too." And I'm like, and then time is feeling faster, and if you count it, it looks faster. You can't really count it anymore
Right.
the way we did as a kid, right? You
Yeah. Yeah.
tried.
Yeah.
So if time's going faster, that would make us feel like we're going slower, even though we're not. We're probably just going the same speed.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I often think about that because that's when you get into the zone where your brain speeds up and it makes you perceive time slower. That's how the quarterback has time to decide who's throwing the ball to him and make it all perfect and all that. Yeah.
Or of
In
other
the
people
zone.
when they're in an accident, right?
Yeah, right before.
Time
Yeah.
just totally slows down because their brain's going faster, right?
Yeah. Giving them time to respond and do something about it. Yeah.
And figure things out. It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
It
I
is,
mean,
isn't it?
we're little miracles running
Yeah.
around down here on Earth. We really are.
It really is. Yeah. And I don't know how many times in life, just taking that extra moment to think something out, before acting and stuff just
Yep.
can save you.
Pause.
you know.
Pause or save a relationship for sure. If you pause
Oh
before
yeah.
saying the first thing that pops in your head. So anyway, that's all I have to share. And I only did 2 days of digging and I couldn't resist because I just had this urge of, well, this one's different. It's weird. This one feels weird.
Yeah.
So I want to see what's weird about it, what's different.
Yeah, I had shared a video that it's in one of my posts. I don't post very often, so you wouldn't have to go back far to see it. But it had this lady that can hear the tones of things in nature that you can't normally hear, and with
Cool.
the virus, she could hear an organized sound about it, like it was manufactured. I don't know. I'm just telling you what.
That's kind of really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, look what animals can hear that we can't
Right.
hear when they have higher attuned hearing,
Right.
right?
Yeah, and I don't know either way. I think it's fascinating though to imagine that.
I'm totally
Um,
open to that.
yeah, not only hear it, but come up with solutions using sound.
Oh,
Sort of
that
like the
that's
guest I
not
had on.
Jaylene, the lady that we saw last week
No,
with the
but
tones.
similar
That
to
was so
that,
cool.
right? Similar to that type of technology, where you're hearing something that can counteract the disease or sickness or
Well, I
whatever.
totally believe in tonal healing
Yeah,
and light healing. I really do. I mean, and that's why I try to now speak my prayers out loud and speak my intentions out loud. I try to give them a voice
yeah,
for the tones and the power of the tones.
yeah, absolutely.
And think about it. If there was a manufactured virus or a 5G connection, if a bunch of people could get together and tonally just knock it out,
Yeah,
wouldn't that be cool? Just boom, stop it in its tracks, gone,
yeah,
gone.
yeah. Just really combining our power of intention, like we do on this show, like Lauren was talking about.
I know,
Just
but I'm thinking more
agreeing to.
sci-fi, like a bunch of people sitting together and like making a tone from
Right,
those,
right.
toning something and singing a tone, and then suddenly, boom, 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 all the stuff that's bad is just like gone,
Yeah,
dead. Can't do it anymore. Can't do its job.
that would be awesome. I think it's probably more like that than we realize. We just don't hear the tone, but we're putting it out. We're singing our
Frequency,
tone.
frequency. So anyway, thanks guys for not freaking out here when we chat about real world things because I like tackling them and doing manifestations on them in a general way, because we
Yeah,
have to keep it general because the video will be up forever and we can't always be too specific because then we'd have to take the videos down because they'd just be propagating what was that isn't anymore, right?
right. Yeah. Okay, share screen.
Oh, and that one channel that had the 5G going into Huan was Bias Cop. I don't follow him, but that popped up, Bias Cop World, and it just showed some of those connections, like coincidences.
Right. This comes from an anonymous user that or viewer that sent me some images after I had that dream about astronauts landing in the St. Louis area, and she's from that area. And subsequent to that, she sent me some pictures. So we'll look at
That
these
one
together.
is really interesting. It doesn't look like a bug, right? So do you guys want to like rule out bug?
Yeah, I think we can rule out bug with that one.
Plane? Can we rule out plane?
Looking closer here.
I don't really see wings on it.
Mm,
And if you remember the one that I had from ages ago, it had a cut off end, like on the right, and a
yeah,
rounded front, which is
yeah,
on the left. So I presume that one is traveling
this
left.
direction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So it's got the same shape.
yeah. I don't know. Some of these she called shuttles, so maybe that's one of those.
Like space shuttles.
I guess so. Now here's another one. I don't know. Looks like there's some stuff over here too, but what I really noticed was right by the tree here,
Oh, yeah.
here and here. Maybe even something in front of that. I don't know if that's part of the tree though. I don't think so.
Kind of reminds me of the white round lights that you occasionally see on UFO videos or Tic Tacs, where they make themselves look like Tic Tacs, but that's more rounded than Tic Tacs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she caught something.
that's really cool. I'm
I
gonna go
don't
over
really think
here.
it's an orb. I think it's too far away and too white.
Yeah, some kind of craft or something. That looks like it has shape to it.
I've seen videos of those things moving, and they just look like. I think she got something. Those are cool. Kind of reminds me of the one you found in Suso's.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Now, is this something else going on down here?
Funny looking clouds, lights behind the trees.
I don't
Can you
know.
zoom in on
Maybe
it? Can you zoom in on the branch and see what the branch is doing?
even the tree looks strange right there.
It sure does.
Why does it look so?
Light, like it's made of
Yeah.
aluminum. It looks like a metallic tree.
Yeah. Wonder what the heck that is. Let me back out and look at it all together.
That's kind of interesting.
That's weird.
Just in that spot, too. The rest of it is not metallic looking.
Let me see this. Okay, here's the ones that. Okay, I think this is the lens flare of the sun. It's just really close here.
But what about all the pink ones? That looks very psychedelic, like 1960s
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
wallpaper.
I think it's the type of camera it is. I've seen these nine circle. I think what we're looking at are these white orbs here.
Yeah, to me, they're pink.
Let me zoom in.
Do you see them as pink or white?
I don't know. I see them as white on a pink background, but
Really? This is like that
these kind of
dress
look
thing
pink.
where you see blue or gold. I see them as pink on a blue background.
Well, wow.
Oh, come on, guys, in the chat. I can't see the chat, but I will go look. Do you guys see the circles around the sun? Do you see them as white on a pink background or pink on a blue background?
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the little orbs here.
Oh, I was talking
Yeah,
about the
I do
big
see
pink things.
these. Yeah, I do see these as like a pink on
I didn't
a
even
more
see
blue.
those little white orbs. Is that what she was pointing out as well? Those like little spaceships, those little white things?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I said it looks more white here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was concentrating on the big pink blobs.
Yeah, I think that's just in the lens or something.
Oh, they're all over the place. Look at that. If you keep going, they're just like a little
Yeah,
bit lighter. See?
yeah.
I remember Eddie Seti. Oh my gosh.
More up there too.
I remember Eddie Seti, even though we didn't see it in the night sky, he has videos up. James has videos up where he says whole fleets are going by. And there might be like, I think he's counting like 19, 20, 24, and there'll just be these little glowing dots of light.
Yep, there's a couple right here too.
that follow each other in the sky like a fleet.
Yeah. You can see some coming out of it.
It's a beautiful shot of the sun. Look at the rays.
Yeah.
She's got good eyes, or she or he has good eyes to catch that, because I might not have noticed.
Here we go. Here's some more here.
And they're not just stars popping out early, are they?
No, I don't think you'd be able to see a star like that.
Mm-mm. That's cool. That's awesome. You have a good eye too, Shane.
I think these might be insects here.
Yeah, the one with the little black bodies,
Yeah, and this one
like
too.
little flies or something.
But when you compare those to these, you can tell these aren't, or we'd see
No,
their
they're just
body
pure
too.
white light.
Yeah, we'd see their body too.
See? They're everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
That's cool.
Okay, let's see. Here's another one that almost looks like the camera.
Moved?
Like, yeah, like double exposed it there, maybe. I don't know.
That
It
is
could
cool.
be there's another partially phasing in twin
There
coming.
could be one in the distance.
But even though it looks shadowy on the top and the bottom, it almost looks more like shadows than wings, like a bug or anything
It
like
does
that.
not look like a plane.
And it doesn't look like
It
a bug.
reminds me, and it does not look like a bug. It reminds me of the one that I caught in August 2018. And you remember, I don't know if you remember at the end, we zoomed in and there was another one far, far off from it that we thought could be its other wing, if it was a black triangle or a boomerang,
Right, yeah.
or it could be a companion. So sometimes I think these are like black triangles that completely camouflage themselves, and then parts of them become camouflaged. I know it's not black,
Right.
but I catch them a lot at night.
There's something
Where,
else over there I just noticed too. Let's see. I
oh
don't know
yeah,
what that is.
again, it's kind of white, no bug shape, nothing black, not airplane shaped, right?
Strange. Yeah.
Thank you for sending these in. These are awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Not the Anonymous with the mask.
No, not that one.
Or at least I don't know. Maybe they do have a mask like
We don't know because they're
that.
anonymous.
This one looks pretty cool. This one actually, you can tell the sun's hitting it, the light from the sun, and
And I like that it doesn't have a bright, shining white circle around it. You know, when you see a lot of CGI
mm-hmm.
and you go in really close, you can almost see the pasting around it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's really neat.
I
That's a good
think
one.
she had a lot of activity, or he. Sorry, I keep saying she. I'll just say she for now. I just think they had a lot of activity when they shot these. And did they actually say they saw them and that's why they took pictures of the sky? They could kind of see white things flying by.
Well, I think at least on some of them were like that because they said like this is probably the one. They said it looked like one of the shuttle ones were sort of following along with them in the car.
Oh, like a shuttle, like, which we don't have anymore, but as if. Yeah, I see what they mean, where it would look very shuttle-like and not airplane-like.
Right. Like more cigar shaped, or like
Yeah.
a fuselage without the wings.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
That's another shot. Oh, it's a little blurry in this
But
one.
it's still, now, to me, that looks orby, but we know that orbs really rarely fly that high up in the sky.
Yeah. Now this
Curious
here,
George.
Curious George, sent in from Violet Phoenix and her daughter.
Hey, Violet and daughter. And does he
let's
have a
turn
tail
it a
or
little
not?
bit.
Oh,
Look at
my
that big tail.
gosh, that's awesome. He looks
He's,
kind of antique-y too. Did they just get him, or has he been around a while?
he's been around a while. Looks like almost like maybe a McDonald's
Doesn't
toy
it?
or something.
That's cool. That's
But it's
awesome.
got the yellow hat, so you can't even say, well, that's not Curious
You
George.
know that's Curious George.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
sure. That's cool, guys. Thank you.
So thank you for sending that in, you guys.
Oh, I posted in a community posting driving a rainbow sundog. It was my first rainbow sundog. You know how you got the sun in the middle and then you get the two sundogs, which are just little lights on either side of it, like with the halo with a
Yeah.
circle? Well, the sun was here, and then you could see the circle a little bit and a rainbow sundog and no rainbow sundog on the other side.
Yeah.
Have you seen that where there's just one?
Yeah. I see that a lot
Okay.
when it's really inconsistent with the how
Yeah.
much atmospheric dust is up there, if you will.
It was blue, blue, blue sky, no clouds, beautiful rainbow sundog.
Yeah, and it's always at the 3 and the 9 position.
Always. And this
Yeah.
one I was seeing at the well, it depends on which way you're facing, okay. I was seeing it at the 3
Right.
with the sun in the middle.
And the
And I
9
looked
o'clock one
over and
was
I'm like,
missing.
where's the one at the 9 position? And I couldn't see one from where I was. But I was
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah. Sometimes they hide it really well. Sometimes they show up really good if there's like a little patch of clouds, like right where it needs to be.
And then
Shows
I've
up.
even had them with that big circle around, that halo.
Yeah.
The
I love
sundog's so
those.
pretty. So pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love those. We're going to be getting a lot more of those images, a lot more of the as um, Australia's getting into their winter months down there.
Oh.
Um, so we get to get some of those. What do you call those crystal shots?
Yeah, I forgot what they're called. I even did a video on
Yeah,
it a long time ago. I forgot. They're
I don't
beautiful
know.
though, aren't they? They're
Yeah,
stunning.
yeah.
Wands? No. Strands? No, something like that. Crystal strands, crystal wands, crystal.
Speaking of the wand, I got that wand I'm going to send you. I'm actually going to have Joanne on. Well, we're gonna record it on Monday. I'm not sure when we're gonna air it, but I will show the ones that she made everybody
Awesome.
on the show, and so I'm looking forward to that. So
Perfect.
I'm gonna do some up close, really up close shots that I can sort of just get some B-roll
The
footage of it
wood, the wood
because
carving is beautiful. I don't know if she
yeah,
carved them or if she just managed to find wood that way.
right. I think she just found it in Australia.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
With
and she made it.
argonite in the middle, with crystals and all kinds of, and each one's individual. I
Yeah,
need to say thank you, and I mean, we'll get to that off air, and I'll get like an email address or so I can
absolutely.
actually contact her
Yeah,
and say
absolutely.
thanks so much for thinking of me. That's awesome.
It's really beautiful too.
I appreciate
So
it.
we can use them for manifesting or something. We want to figure out how we use them. What do we
Oh,
use them
teach
for?
me. I'm going to use them. Actually, I lost my wand. I picked up a really gnarled piece on the ground at Bell Rock where
Oh,
we were meditating in Sedona. I mean, gnarled. I want to find it. I had to hide it because the puppy kept finding it and chewing it. And I'm like, don't chew my wand. You know? So it looks like something out of Harry Potter. It looks powerful
yeah.
if I
I
can
wonder if
find
you
it.
could cut a section out of it and add like she did to the Oregon ones.
Yeah. And then I've got crystals here. This is a crystal wand. It looks like a tooth of, you know what?
Yeah,
Amethyst. But look how long and deep it goes.
that is really cool.
That is long. And it makes a really cool sound in your hands. Can you hear the crystal or not? No?
No,
See, I got like, super duper hearing now. I can hear the crystal high pitched when I put my fingers over it. I can hear that.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's more than just the rubbing sound. It's like it's
It sounds like you're rubbing your finger on a crystal chalice and it starts to make that sound. Have you ever done that where it starts to Can you hear that? No?
I can't, but maybe other people can.
Maybe other people can,
Chime in, you guys. Can you hear anything?
or maybe it doesn't go over the microphone. Maybe you have to be in the room with it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Super, super high pitch, like 20,000 hertz going, just really like a tone.
Wow, that's amazing.
But I can't hear that on other crystals. I can only hear it on that one. And then I got this one. I can't remember the name of it, but I just got these out to show you guys tonight. Who's our crystal lady? We have quite a few who are experts on it. Is it Jody? Does Jody have a bunch of Jody? Does Reiki?
We have a lot of people that
This
do the
is not
crystals.
selenite. This is a crystal that grows in tiny little, can you see them, filaments that
Yeah,
stick together? for
It's amazing.
communication.
So it's not selenite? It kind of
Nope, it's
looks
not
like it.
selenite. I used to know what it was. Like, I have so many crystals and rocks in my house now, and they usually come with a piece of paper, and then I throw the piece of paper in a drawer, and then years pass, and I can't remember which is which. I mean, I can
Right.
remember some, like obvious ones.
Let's see if anybody recognizes what that is. Because
It's not selenite, but I believe it ends in an NITE and might start with an X or have an X in it. If you guys can remember that one, can you guys see the little tiny
yeah,
parts
I
of
can
it?
tell how it looks different
Really
than.
tiny,
Yeah.
and each one is individual.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Do you remember where you got that one?
I think off of eBay. I don't go high in price because I don't go on often because I don't want to really spend money. I've got so many rocks. But the last one I got, I'll probably show next week, is from Madagascar, and it's a very rare blue quartz. It's hard to get quartz in blue. You can get it in smoky quartz, you can get it in pinks. Oranges are quite rare. And it's just a blue Madagascar quartz ball about this big.
That's really cool. But it's blue.
But it's blue. I'll show that some other time though.
Let's see. Maria says, yes, I hear it. I can hear it.
You can
Very
hear
high
it?
pitch.
High pitch,
Like
like
like right when you first rubbed it, I thought I might have heard a high pitch, but then it like faded out. I
if I
think I
flick
can
it,
hear it a little
it
bit.
goes more. Listen, when I flick it, I just get this
Yeah,
high ringing off of it.
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I think you know how like our consciousness is changing and we're seeing more frequencies and we're seeing more dimensions and we're seeing more truth.
Yeah,
We're just seeing more. I think our hearing is expanding too.
yeah, that would
Really
make
do.
sense.
Yeah. So I'm glad somebody else could hear it besides the dog. Every time I do that, the puppy comes over. The Pomapoosh is like, so she can hear it.
Oh, is it called Angel Light?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Somebody tell
Angel
me if
Light.
that's angel light.
Hmm.
I could have sworn there was an X in it because there's not many crystals with an X in it. Sorry. It's kind of unfair to go, oh, look at this cool crystal, but I don't know what it is. I just
Well,
brought it out
maybe
for our meditation tonight. I'm like,
maybe somebody is seeing if they're watching this later and put a little comment below and let us know what it is. We'll be in suspense until that happens. Maybe Nicola will see this and tell us. She was explaining
oh, yeah.
selenite to last night.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I'm definitely going to go on. I'm definitely going to hear that. Nicola from Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she was contacting us from the future last night.
Well, it's so rare for her to call in. I'm not going to miss that. I've gotten through about a third of it. I did it. I woke up this morning and I did my cleaning and my coffee while it was on, and now I got to go back and listen to the rest.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
was
tend not
good.
to miss it though. I like to catch up with everybody.
Yeah, it is nice to hear what everybody's got going on and everything. So she's supposed to come back not next week because I think her husband's back from his trip or something. But after that, she'll come back on and she'll like talk about a crystal each time she comes on. I'm like,
Oh
that's a
my
great
gosh.
idea.
That's awesome. So I'll
Yeah.
take a picture of it and I'll send it to her. And then
Okay.
maybe she can email me and tell me what she thinks it is.
Opalite. No, she said it has an X or a Z in it. Does it
It
have
has an
an X or
X in it, I think.
an X?
I love opalite too.
Does
My
that
favorite.
look like opal? Does that look like
No,
black with
it,
colors
it
in it?
looks like selenite, but it isn't selenite. But it looks the same. It has that white, that
Oh,
really white look to it.
yeah.
I'm a real fan of. I picked up some labradorite. Do you guys like labradorite? I don't know if it'll come out. Aren't those cool? Look.
Wow.
See how if you move it in the light, it picks up shimmers and shines?
Yeah.
You see that at all?
Yeah.
I've got one with pink.
It's very nice.
Very nice. I love rocks. I'm just like, almost as much as I love my dogs. I know that's crazy. I do love my dogs a bit more. Obviously, I love my daughter the most of all, but rocks are really close to pets in terms of love and affection.
Right.
A lot of people get that way. They just absolutely love their rocks. They just have this great feeling for them. And it sounds really embarrassing, but you guys know out there that they even give them kisses. They'll like pick up a rock and just give it a quick kiss.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I know it sounds weird.
No,
Anybody
no,
else
no,
out
no.
there? Yeah,
Let's see, Giant saying, looks like selenite. Yeah, it does look like selenite, but
it
it's
does look
actually.
like selenite, but it doesn't grow like selenite. You know how selenite grows straight up like a tower? I've got one over there, but I can't really reach it because I'm all hooked up. This grows out like that, like
Wow,
like
like
a wave.
sprouts.
Yeah, it grows out rather than up. But this is not easy to show.
Labradorite is a teacher stone.
Lovely. I love it. Right now it's kind of a new favorite for me. Labradorite, all different colors, gold, green, blue, and pink.
I heard moldavite can help with out of body, so I've been wanting a,
Ah,
but you can't find any.
look. I'm where I every not every meditation we do, but most I wear my Moldavite earrings
Oh,
because
okay.
they're spacey. They're that meteorite from a part of Czechoslovakia,
Oh,
Moldova,
okay.
and they're green like glass,
Right.
and they're meteorites. So I usually wear them when we do our group meditation
That's awesome. Yeah, I find it's hard to find any.
because they make me kind of buzzy. You know, some
Yeah.
people can't wear Moldavite, but a lot of people can now because it makes them
Excuse
just
me.
feel buzzy or lightheaded or really etheric.
That's wild that something
Yeah,
can do that.
and Moldavite is known to disappear. So now that I have earrings, they don't disappear because I put them on my earring stand. But every time I buy a piece of Moldavite, within a couple of years or a couple of months, it just goes walkabouts. It just disappears and goes somewhere else.
Wow, interesting.
And I'm like, well, obviously you don't want to be with me, or you're here and I can't see you because it doesn't happen to my other rocks. It only happens to Moldavite.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So it's limited, I guess, if it's from a meteor, like a specific meteor crash, because
Yeah.
there's
And
only so much of it to go around.
yep. Yep. And that makes it a little more expensive because it's a limited item, but you could get tons on eBay still and
I don't think it's
plenty.
real. Well, from checking out the
Yeah.
reviews.
You have to make sure it's real. Like there's one place that I order from where I know all their stones are real.
Hmm.
It's Extreme Gems 2010, I think it's called on eBay, and they'll have 50,000 items, and they'll all be real.
That's cool.
You can even contact them and go, "Has that been treated? Has it been heated?" And they'll tell you, "Yeah, that has been heated. No, it hasn't been treated." They're real open about their rocks and their
That's cool.
jewelry. Yeah,
That's cool. You want to give them a shout out? Do you know their name?
yeah. Extreme Gems 2010, all one word on eBay.
Okay.
I've been using them for years because, like, I think these earrings with sterling silver and moldavite, I think I paid like $15 for them. You put in a bid, and you put your maximum in, and you have to be willing to lose it. Instead of getting into a bidding war, because if you lose that one, another one's going to come around at some point that you will get.
Right.
I think I got my moldavite earrings for $15 shipped.
Very nice.
And
That's
my friend
cool.
said she got her Moldavite ring for $200 in Sedona. So it is a beautiful ring,
Hmm.
but it's definitely cheaper if you know a good source that's genuine to do it that way. It's cheaper.
Yeah, because people were like, I know what moldavite feels like, and this doesn't feel anything like moldavite. It looks like it, but it's not because you
More
can
like
feel it.
glass. They could tell that it was more like glass.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Moldavite's the only glass meteorite that we know of, except for, oh my God, it starts with a P and I don't know what it's called. There's like silver meteors. This is a tiny one of a much bigger piece. Okay, and in that little hole is a little piece of gem that's green that starts with a P. And it's a green gem that can come in kind of nickel, silver, metal
Hmm.
meteorites. But I don't know if you can see the color. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, green.
Yeah, I can see
Okay,
some
it's
green there.
green. It's not peridot, but it starts with a P. So I'm guessing it's like space peridot. So they gave it a similar name that starts with a P that isn't peridot.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm full of information that has no information in it whatsoever tonight.
No, it's awesome. So if you got a piece of fake moldavite, you would be able to tell that
I've been
it's not.
buying Moldavite for like 25, 35 years. Yeah, probably. But if it's a good fake, nah. I use my teeth, and listen to it and feel it. But the Moldavite is unusual because it's like mostly green glass, but it's bubbled from heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can see that. That came out good. See that? Do you see bubbles?
Kind of so like
Yeah.
bubbled up like lava. Or,
Yeah, exactly. Like glass. Because the meteor hit the mountainside in the it was Czechoslovakia, or the area that was Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic, called not the country Moldova, but the area Moldovia. Very similar, guys. Very similar. That's why it's called Moldavite. But I have a Mandela effect because suddenly there's a country near Russia called Moldova. And I'm like, where did you come from, Moldova? I would have known about
and what
you
about the
because
Maldives?
the Maldives. I call them Maldives, but you call them Maldives.
Right. I don't know. It's brand
See,
new to me.
just similar names, right? So
Right.
this region in the Czech Republic had a meteorite hit a mountain, and the heat made the mountain melt, and the mountain or the meteor had the green in it and molded together into, thousands and thousands and thousands of little pieces of green glass.
Wow.
That's how it comes, just little pieces of green glass, but they're all like bubbly from heat.
Wow. So I wonder why it's gives you such the great effect for going out of body. Then I wonder what
I
goes
don't
into it.
know. I love it. I meditate with it. I wear it most Saturday nights because when I turn the camera off and close my eyes, I feel like I go quite deep.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I'm with people and my eyes are open, I probably stay a little bit not so deep.
Right.
And
Right.
I just want that extra boost of depth of where we go when we group together and intend together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
would you guys mind, because of the beginning of the video, I was thinking I'd really like to do an intention about truth in a different way that we haven't done before. Remember, we find our internal truth, we connect with our higher selves, where we know we can discern truth from fiction or deception or the veil. We see through the veil and we're not afraid. Remember all that?
Right.
I'm thinking of more of a down to earth 3D truth that is for the whole planet and for the whole species of humanity to be able to discern truth, based on what they hear and see. They know whether that's true or not. I'd like to extend our gifts because we got like really good BS detectors inside of us, don't we? We follow
Oh
our
yeah.
intuition, our gut tells us, our heart tells us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to extend that to the whole species, all of humanity,
Okay.
so that the truth will out on everything. I'm not going to mention the C virus. I'm not going to mention any of that. Just that the whole species, spontaneous evolution, can detect truth from falsehood. And that when they do see the truth, you know how it freaked a lot of us out in the beginnings when we were like, holy crap, you mean those aren't contrails up there? That
Right.
feeling that when they do see the truth, they do not freak out. They don't get scared. They don't get angry,
Right.
you know, that they take it and process it in a positive way, so
Right.
that seeing the truth as a species can help us evolve spiritually even faster, even get the whole planet and all of humanity to 5D quicker.
Let's do it. I like it.
You guys okay with that? I feel
Sounds
like I
good.
owe it to you after giving you all those facts earlier. I think we really need to
No.
spiritually sweep out the room, right?
That sounds perfect.
Oh my God, I didn't even talk about the hashtag NASA broom challenge. We'll talk about that next week. It's really silly, but it's really funny too.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to shut off the video. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Thanks for being here, guys. and get comfortable. So, really kind of, I'm scooching around, get into a position where you can relax into it, where you can just let go and just let your muscles flow. Just let them relax so they don't have to do a lot of work for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And go ahead and take a nice, deep, relaxing breath in. Hold it for as long as you like. And exhale out any stress or tension or chaos or anything that you don't want to hold in your body. When you're ready, go ahead and inhale deeply, fill the lower part of your lungs, tummy extends, and exhale out any stress. Take a third deep, relaxing breath. And this time, just let your body flow with the exhalation of that air from your shoulders and your neck down your torso, down your arms, your hands, into your legs, down into your ankles, into your feet, and out of your toes. Let it all flow. And right now, if you like, you can send down a grounding cord from your root chakra. It's at the base of your spine. It's ruby red. It's spinning and glowing just like it should. And you can send a really nice light quickly down through the building, through all the different layers of the earth, through the crust, through what's below the crust. Go down the different layers till it gets to the center of the earth, and let that cord of light just spread out in all directions. And now, as always, we're going to breathe in through our heart center, and we're going to exhale back out of our heart chakra. And continue to do this. Breathe in as much as you like, and exhale when you're ready at a pace that's really comfortable. And now we're going to allow ourselves, if you wish, to breathe in a beautiful, clear, crystalline color. And go ahead and exhale that color when you're ready. Whatever color you choose is going to be the right one for you right here, right now in the moment. And let that color come in and fill up your body from the top of your head to the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Let it heal, energize, clear, clean, and balance your entire physical body as it's coming in and going out. And now, as you breathe that pure, beautiful color in and fill up your body with it, let it really clear and energize and clean and balance your emotional body, which you carry out there around in your astral field. Let's clean that up. And finally, as you breathe that color in and you exhale it, let it go even further and really clear up and heal and clean and energize and balance your etheric body, your mental body, which you actually carry a little bit closer to your physical body than your emotional astral body. That one goes out really far. And now we're just going to imagine doing something that we love doing. We're going to really get into that scene. We're going to put ourselves in it. It could be doing something on your own. It could be doing something with loved ones or with pets. It might involve skiing or boating or gardening or just running through the grass without shoes on, sitting on the beach, listening to the waves come in. Or maybe it's like drawing artwork and creating with new colors or songs or playing an instrument, whatever it is that makes you really, really feel like you're in your element and it's your gift and you love doing it. Imagine doing that right now. And we're going to virtually hold hands and we're going to intend together that we know that we can see through the veil and we can sense truth now with our internal truth detector. Some people call it a gut instinct. They can feel it, or they feel it with their heart, or they just have a gnosis, a knowing And we're going to now extend that gift to the entire race, to the entire species of humanity. We're going to extend our gnosis, our ability to detect truth from falsehood immediately when we see it or when we hear it. We're going to extend that kind of like the 100th monkey, where some monkeys taught other monkeys how to wash sand off of sweet potatoes, and they did it enough until the entire species was born with that skill, not only on the island where it started, but on all islands. So in the way that the 100th monkey works, that hive mind, collective consciousness, collective higher consciousness, collective super consciousness, or collective subconsciousness. We're going to feed into that right now with the intention that all of humanity awakens right now with the gift to detect truth from falsehood. And we're going to add that when they start seeing through the veil and start expanding their consciousness and sensing the truth of all things here, be it political, be it media, education, scientific, be it anything natural about the natural world, when they detect that truth, that they can actually process it and be stronger for it and make the community stronger. And that they drop the fear and they drop the anger. We don't want the whole world going through disappointment, even though maybe we did in our process of seeing the truth. So we'll just go silent now for 3 minutes, holding this intention together for the entire species of humanity. So now, before you open your eyes and start to move around and release your grounding cord, or keep it at the center of the earth if you prefer, let's just know that all of humanity, our brothers and our sisters, will see the truth and hear the truth immediately. They detect the truth. They will know the truth. They will find the truth in all things at all times, so that if a change needs to be made, we can now make it together. And if a change can't be made, we will adapt and adjust together. So start to move around and open your eyes when you're ready. I got a
All
little
right.
horsey throat. I got a little frog in my throat.
I felt like I went somewhere else for a moment.
Oh, good. That's always good. Hanging out there,
Came back and I was like, wow, it seems like it's been a lot longer than 3 minutes, but
It
I don't know.
did. I checked the time. I always open an eye and I looked at it. It said 9:20, and then I can kind of tell 3 minutes, but it felt really long.
Wow.
So maybe we slowed down, and it was
Maybe we
9:20
did. Yeah.
when we came back. We came back 3 minutes later.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it just felt long. It was just, you know how you lose time sometimes. You get so deep into a
Especially
little
when you're
trance.
meditating,
Yeah.
might have gone out of body a little bit, and your consciousness might have floated a little bit further. Maybe
Yeah.
if you didn't come back and you didn't have a show and a live stream, you could have fallen asleep, right?
Absolutely. Karen got it too. I wonder how many people sort of just kind of lost it there for a moment.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I really felt it. My voice went away. I started talking much more quiet because it just got kind of croaky. But it's
Yeah.
back now.
But it's good.
I
You
was
did a
lost
great
control of my
job.
vocal cords. But
Yeah,
yeah,
wonderful job.
I think we need to it's just cool to extend what we've got and what we've developed and let the whole world, all of humanity experience that.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Eileen, as
Thank
always.
you, Shane. Thank you, everybody here and coming here in the future.
Yep, all you guys watching now and later. Lots of love, light, and unity to each and every one of you.
Love
Thanks
you.
again. We'll see Eileen here back next week. We'll do our thing.
Sounds
Lots of love,
good.
you guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Be sure to check out the website at uotf.net. There you will find the live stream schedule displayed in your local time right there on the front page. Below that, you'll find links to take the Beyond Quantum Healing course at a discounted rate, purchase our book, Mandela Effect, Friend or Foe, in paperback or ebook, or to contact me to schedule a BQH session. At the top of the site, you'll find links to help support the work I do, access the free private forum where you can discuss organizing get-togethers in your area, Mandela effects, and more. Thank you all so much for being here.